So let me tell you a story of a girl. The first 6 years of her life, she grew up knowing no one but her mommy and daddy and tiny little brother. Her mommy and daddy really, really loved each other. They both brought her up learning that each night, before you go to bed, you have to kiss both your mommy and daddy goodnight. One day, her mommy and daddy had to catch a flight and leave her and her tiny brother with their granny, who wasn't used to kissing her own children before they went to bed. This little girl's mother, when she was little, instead of having a mommy to take care of her, she had a nanny that would tuck her into bed and give her a peck on her little forehead. This little girl grew up some more and met her very first friend. This little girl grew up some more and met her very first friend, whose mommy and daddy's life had to come to an early end. This little girl had a friend who was a boy, and both their mommies talked a lot. One day his mommy's eye was black, and this little boy left his home, and to this very day, he never came back. Now this little girl, whose parents had taught that the world was made of everything nice, she started to doubt that little thought and that everyone's friends had two parents, and love was not what everyone was brought up with. So the little girl, our little friend, was once good at math, until high school algebra dragged her into a most perplexing world of X's and Y's, and that was the sort of change she could handle, until she started to ask why. Why was everything changing so fast? This little girl kept growing and seeing all the good in the world as it went by and waved goodbye. For years she watched as the sky told her that she'll never live on a cloud, and she saw her mother scream and her father cry, and she had her first bad dream, and in high school she failed her math test, and her best friend was in blood, and she held her hand in an ambulance, and suddenly everything didn't seem very nice when she was in a room that was very, very dark, and someone had just died and she couldn't cry. This little girl, who wasn't little anymore, watched the world change, and it wasn't as easy to handle as those X's and Y's. And she always asked why, until one day she got very, very angry and smashed the plate to the ground and the remote control to her brother's head, and there was blood. And she laughed, and she had no fucking clue who she was. And the world was suddenly nowhere near nice. Thank you.